China's trying to ensure this year's record number of college graduates will be able to find work. It's unveiled a plan to help address the staggering level of unemployment among young adults. The multi-pronged approach includes training sessions and other assistance for graduates, as well as educational reforms aimed at making sure school curriculums are keeping up with the needs of a rapidly changing job market. Nearly 11.6 million students are expected to graduate Chinese colleges this year. For more on China's job market, let's turn to Yan Liang. She's the chair professor in economics at Willamette University in Oregon. China has more than 11.5 million college graduates entering the workforce. That's about an 8% jump from last year. So you have a lot of students flooding the job market, and youth unemployment is sitting just around 20%. The Minister of Education has suggested the government needs to offer more support to these college graduates. What do you think they should be doing?
Hi, Mike. Good to talk to you. So I think the government has rolled out a series of measures, and these help to, provide better employment services. For example, job fairs were being set up by the universities or local governments. The universities also send the connections to the enterprises to promote their students. So that's one way directly trying to find jobs and smooth the job searches for the students. But there's also other measures that are directly trying to create more jobs and provide better job opportunities for these graduates. And that includes, for example, promoting public sector jobs and ask the state-owned enterprises to scale up their recruitment, and also help to subsidize some enterprises to create 1 million or more internship opportunities. So I think there are varieties of measures that are trying to prioritize these youth unemployment problem.
In recent years, we've heard so much about AI and 5G and all of these new technologies. One of the problems some are suggesting is that the students of today are actually getting degrees from yesterday. They don't match the fast-changing work environment. Do you think that's true, and is there a way to address that?
Absolutely. I think that is the reality that we lived in, that we always have to upgrade our education, our curriculum in order to meet the market needs. For China, for example, I think there is the kind of a lag behind. One interesting example that I saw was, in 2021, there were 20% more graduates from sports and education majors, and compared to 2018. But the demand has been flat and even declined in some areas. And so I think that is a very significant mismatch in terms of the skills. But even the broader picture, as you talked about, I think today's students need to really be well-rounded. They would need to easily move from one sector to the other, depending on the structural changes in the economy, because technological innovations and changes are always rapid. And so we have to prepare, the students to be able to, get the right skill type of jobs. But I think in addition to that, I do think that the government needs to take a more active role in creating jobs directly, because we only rely on, for example, GDP growth, and now we're talking about all these labor-intensive technologies. Then we could always have mismatches in terms of how many job seekers are and how many jobs are there.
Here in the U.S., we've heard so much about the Great Resignation, where you have a lot of young people saying, I don't want that job anymore. I want a better job. Are we looking at more picky job applicants in China as well? Could that be the reason the number is high, that some of these recent grads are passing on some job opportunities, waiting for something much better? Is that one possible explanation?
Well, I think there's definitely the factor of that, but I think we don't want to put the blame on these graduates, right? They do spend a lot of money getting their college degrees, and they have the ambitions. They wanted to, work at a job that would really help them to, develop their full potentials. And so I think really what needs to happen is, for one, the students need to be flexible and try to be well-rounded in the sense that, they want a certain type of jobs, but they need to be qualified for those type of jobs. But then at the same time, I think from the supply side, we do want to improve the kinds of jobs that we can offer. One example, of course, is as China embark on this structural transformation from labor-intensive manufacturing to high-tech manufacturing, there will be always a period where we don't, provide that many high-tech and high-skill and high-pay jobs. But I think that's definitely the direction the country is moving towards.
Yan Liang, always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you, Mike. Good to talk to you.